we can't talk about winter without talking about Keis, so let's talk about it. Managing Director David Garth was a trailblazer in the world of heated kit. Now, he's also responsible for the heavily and hugely successful Snug Glove back in the 90s. Keis is actually a company based down here in the south in Hampshire, England. Their products were made from talented women in the comfort of their own homes. And even though they started with humble beginnings, they have grown in this ever-evolving field of heated apparel, with David still at the forefront of Keis and essentially making this company the UK's #1 brand for heated apparel. Tested in real-world winter conditions in the Swiss Alps in -14 degrees, they've really done their heavy testing on their apparel. Now, we won't go to any temperatures of the sort in our own testing, but we can definitely try to give our own opinions in real-life situations. Now, Keis have made everything from head to toe. Literally everything from head to toe, in that they've made heated socks. So with their extensive line, we're going to only focus on 3 of their garments. So starting off with the J801, then the J501 and the G701. A lot of numbers there, but let's get straight into it. This is the J501 jacket. This is your base layer. So its whole purpose is to be a heated jacket to keep yourself warm in these winter months. It's not actually CE rated, so you can't actually wear it as a motorcycle jacket or a standalone jacket when you're out on your rides. Well, you can, but I wouldn't suggest to do so. This is solely to just keep you warm. They use their own microcarbon fiber, which is like a lightweight sort of material to keep the insulation of the heat nice and tight within your body around the core, where it's the most important. A nice feature of that is you can tell your friends that you're wearing carbon fiber. And another thing about this jacket is a very lightweight material, so it's very stuffable into a bag if you don't want to wear it all the time. And it kind of acts like a insulating layer that you would find, or the inner liner that you would find in a normal motorcycle jacket. What you find in some of these zips are little connectors that actually connect all the Keis units together. So the gloves, the trousers, everything, all the way down to the batteries and to your bike can be connected up together, which is very, very nice. So on the front here, you'll actually find a little slot for your connector for the remote, so that you can have different heat settings, because without the remote, it's either on or off. There's no in between. So it's a very convenient thing to have if you can add it onto your list. Another thing to show that you can actually connect it up to other parts that they produce is the connectors inside here for the gloves. We'll be showing you how to use all these little things later on in the video when we test it out for real on the road. So on the inside, you also have another zip, which basically just connects it straight to the battery of your motorcycle, or the battery pack that you can get with the jacket. Apart from that, it's just a nice breathable, lightweight jacket that you can wear as a base layer. So what I've basically done is I've installed it straight directly into the battery, and you get the 2 connectors, and then you wire it out till you have this somewhere in a convenient place for you to pick up. I haven't mounted it permanently because it's not going to be mine to keep. However, it's a quick and easy install. You just plug it into the, well, wire it into the positive and negative terminals of the battery, and your job's a good one. So you get a 3mm connector end that plugs into the bottom of the J501 jacket. You click it into place like so, and hopefully when everything's turned on, it should work. I've also installed the remote control that you can get on it. That comes into this little opposite zipped pocket. Turn it on. And there we go, we're on the high mode. I'm going to try on the medium, low mode first, and then we'll work our way up through the modes. So, what's nice about this J501? Well, it is a very slimline design, so it does fit underneath like an inner lining or thermal lining that you'd find in your all-weather jackets and what have you. This, of course, is just a summer jacket that I'm actually wearing at the moment. It's my Merlin Sherpa, and it fits nicely underneath there. I don't feel like it's bulky, cumbersome, or restricting any of my movement whatsoever. So I'm freely able to move my arms around. I can control the bike nice and easily, and there's no tight spots around my body. And to be honest, I went on a size that's about 52, which I thought would be a bit snug, but it's the perfect size for my body and stature. So the low mode itself, in terms of warmth, can't really feel it, can't really feel the difference.
but I think what we need to do is again pull over and try it on the medium mode. Here we go. So overall thoughts so far while being out on the road with the low setting on the J501. It's okay, it's a bit warm, but it's not as warm as I would like it to be, especially in this time of the year. So maybe when it's a bit warmer, you could have that on the low setting. However, it is getting quite cold now. So it's easy to actually look for the zip itself because it's the only one that goes in the opposite direction. So when you try and look for the remote, instead of having to take your helmet off, you can feel around and see it. And it's got enough length on it that you can actually see it from the helmet. So that's on high. This is medium now. Let's see how warm. That is instantly warmer. That is a very comfortable warmth. Now, that's at standstill though. So let's see what it would be like once we get a bit of a wind chill factor added to this. Right, so we have it on this medium setting now on the J501. And instantly it feels 10 times better than that of the low mode. You can definitely feel the warmth in my arms and around my core area where it's the most important to have the warmth. The overall feel of it is nice. There's no hot spots, I would say, so it doesn't feel like one part of your body's getting warmer than the other. The microcarbon fiber is really doing its job. Again, it's super lightweight, so you can't really feel like there's any heating element in the inside of the jacket at all. The medium mode in this sort of climate in the south of England at around, well, let's say November time, it's actually really comfortable and definitely the right temperature to have in this time of the year. When it gets a bit colder, I reckon I would chuck it onto the high setting, but for the most part even, I feel like the medium mode is definitely the one to go for.
And unlike the counterparts like the jackets and so forth, or the socks even, these are EN certified, so they've been tested as motorcycle gloves. What I like about this is it's got a outer shell that's made out of a ballistic spandex, and the inner lining is actually a waterproof yet breathable high-pora membrane. What's really nice about these gloves is they don't feel very bulky for winter gloves, for gauntlet gloves that is either. It's a very thin material, so it doesn't really feel like you're wearing much on your hands. It feels more like a summer mesh glove. But of course it's not. This is made for the winter. On the inside, you have a extra bit of fabric on your palm so you can get better handling on the grips and on the handlebar. You also get a scaphoid protection system, or their version of it, on the hand there, so that if you do come off your bike, it slides rather than grips onto the pavement or the concrete. You have a wrist strap closure system there and another one that goes around your forearm. On the side here is where you actually connect it up to the batteries or to your motorcycle, or even to the other jackets even. And the side zip here is where I believe you store the battery if you wanted to use the portable batteries. The quality and build of it is actually really fantastic. It feels really well made and well thought out, especially with the accordion stitching there to give it that flexibility around your wrist. So even if you forget to strap this down, it still stays on your hand securely. Another thing is it's got a knuckle protection there, which is very common with all gloves, but that's always a nicety to have on a pair of gloves. Another thing is the touch points that you can have on the thumb and the finger, so that you can actually use your phone on the side of the road if you need to, when looking through different directions to the nearest warmest facility. So overall, this is a fantastic little bit of kit, and I'm looking forward to testing it out on the road.
Right, so we have the Keis gloves on hand at the moment. I have it on the low setting. I've got it connected straight to the jacket. Obviously you'd have to change out the amps, the fuse even, in the system so they can cater for all the units working together. It's on the green mode, which is the lightest heat setting, so the least warm, the lowest setting you can go. We're going to test it out on the road. Right, starting off with the gloves, let's talk about their comfort. So the comfort of the gloves feels fantastic. For gauntlet gloves, it doesn't feel that bulky compared to other gloves that I've tried on. Whether it be the Riche Infernos and what have you, those were relatively bulky in comparison. These are completely waterproof, they're a bit thinner, they are EN certified, so they have been tested to be worked as motorcycle gloves. You also have a visor wipe with the Keis logo in the back there. It kind of looks quite nice in that prism. Got touch controls on that, but overall it's a nice fitting glove. I feel like I can reach the levers nice and easily like that, and maneuvering around the indicators and what have you seems absolutely fine. It has a spandex material on the inside, like I said previously, so it fits around your hand really, really nicely. It's just started to rain. and the gloves are holding up alright. They are waterproof after all, and they feel fantastic. Honest opinions on the green setting so far, don't feel any difference. I don't feel the warmth in them at all. But maybe if we change the settings to the orange mode, here we go, you can start feeling the heat come through the gloves a bit more. That's what we're aiming for anyway. Right, so we have it on the medium setting now, and I feel like as if it is slightly warmer. You can definitely feel the difference, but I already know before even going out on the road that it's not going to be as warm as I want it to be. Honestly, it doesn't feel too bad. There's no difference. The heat being emitted isn't less, if that makes sense. It's exactly the same. I still feel as warm as I did before I even started moving, which is always fantastic. But while we're going around, I think with these gloves it's much easier to change the settings. I just have to tap the button, stretch across, chuck it onto red. There we have it. One is on red and the other is on orange. So I'm guessing if you wanted one hand warmer than the other, you definitely can do that as well. But let's get this one on red as well. There we go. Now both gloves are on the red setting, which is going to be the warmer setting. What I found with these gloves in comparison to the jacket is they don't warm up as quickly. It takes a little while for the gloves to heat up compared to the jacket, where I instantly felt the warmth being emitted from the jacket. Indicate, let's tell everyone where we're going. Get around this roundabout and get on our way. So the red setting, compared to other heated gloves that I've tried in the past, these aren't as warm, but they are warm. So I reckon they will be perfectly fine if you were in the south of England here, where it doesn't really get below sub-zero. And again, the most important thing when it comes to heating elements in our motorcycle gear or when we're out on the road is to keep the core warm. And whereas the gloves are kind of just, you know, a nicety in a way to have heated gloves. Because I found that even though my hands would be warm, my core would be freezing, and that would be a massive distraction when it's out there, when you're out there on the road when it's cold.
Moving on to the J801 Puffer Jacket. This is your more winter-esque jacket. It looks like a winter jacket itself. For the on and off switch, it is literally this button here, and again it's either on or off without the remote. This comes in at around £260, so it's a bit more expensive than that of the J501, but still definitely worth a look. So this can also be worn under your jacket, but motorcycle jacket that is. But if you want to do that, you might need to size up on a motorcycle jacket to actually accommodate for the space when you're wearing this. So for me, I reckon you would wear this when you're kind of off the bike or in the colder climates as is. So what else you get with the jacket itself is you actually get a portable battery, so a rechargeable battery that's connected to the jacket itself. It doesn't need to get connected straight up to your motorcycle, which is quite nice. It comes with a 2600 milliamp battery straight out the box. So on the inside, if we open it up, you have this nice little lining, and obviously this is lined with their microcarbon fiber. You'll find this in all the products that they produce. So in the inside, you have a inner pocket. You have your cables here to connect it up to your battery, and that's basically the gist of this jacket. It's just a thermal jacket that you can chuck under your motorcycle jacket when you feel you need to. So this is the J801 jacket. This is the puffer jacket that Keis offer us as the consumers. Now you can wear this as a standalone one. This is what it's meant for. We tried putting it under like a rucker jacket or like a Risha jacket, and it can work. It's just a bit bulkier, so it might just mean that you need to size up a little bit on those jackets if you're going to choose to have this underneath it. However, as we always say, you need to get one that fits you properly in terms of the jacket. Make sure the armor fits you nicely as well. So sizing up may not be the right way to go about it. It does compress quite nicely underneath, but let's move on to actually testing out the different features. So with the press of the button, it will turn itself on. Now that's the red mode. The red mode is the hottest setting. You'll instantly feel it warm up. It's really nice and comforting. Like I said earlier, the microcarbon fiber that's found within the puffer jacket in the panels doesn't feel cumbersome. You can't feel it in the jacket at all. It doesn't add to the weight of the jacket. This is a very, very light jacket. For the controls and the different modes of the heat settings, you don't need a remote with this one. All you have to do is just press the button. You have 3 different settings, green being the lowest mode, orange being the medium mode, and red being the hottest mode that you can get. Hold it down to turn it off again, and the jobs are good. And it comes with a battery pack straight out the box as well, which is nice and convenient. So a little wire pops out on the side here, and all you have to do is just plug it in to this battery. This is a 2600 milliamp battery. There's also, I believe, a 5200 milliamp battery that you can get instead, just so it lasts a little longer. Now you plug it back in there, it goes into its little pocket, and you just forget about it, which is really, really nice. This is the J801 Jacket. Let's go back to the studio. Whether you're a rider or not, Keis is definitely worth having a look at. Whether it's the jacket that you're going to use for on and off the motorcycle, or even if you're just going to have it just because it's cold outside. For example, the puffer jacket, yes, it's a really nice jacket. I'm wearing it right now in the office because it's a bit colder, but I wouldn't actually think I would wear it when I'm on the bike because it's a bit bulky, and if I try and put it under a jacket, it's going to be a bit cumbersome. Whereas if I was out on the bike, I would definitely opt for the J501, which is in front of you here. Full sleeves, front and back, microcarbon fiber. It's really lightweight, and it's fantastic for us riders who have to compete during the colder climate. Now, when it comes to the gloves, really nice and sleek, not bulky, definitely suitable for us riders if we don't want something that's too cumbersome that we can't actually control the handlebars. This is definitely worth having a look in. Very stylish as it is, very neutral as is, so it would go with any type of rider. Now with the Keis, we didn't actually talk about it today in the video, but they do have an option where it's just the vest. So if you ever found that maybe the sleeves don't fit your eye, even though it does expand, you can get the vest option as well. So there's literally something for everyone when you look into Keis if you want to keep warm. And personally for me, I think after this video I'll probably get one myself. Now if you did enjoy this video, give us a like, comment down below your favourite piece of Keis apparel, and ride safe and see you all soon.